Brief status update because a bunch of Chibits are asking me, and I'm just going to clarify it right here before I get into this Ninja Slayer from Animation review. Toriko and Magi chapter reviews are coming. I'm saving the manga chapters for last today because there's just so much anime that I'm reviewing that first. So now that I got that out of the way and I've explained that, let's dive into this episode of Ninja Slayer. So, Ninja Slayer this week takes a more decent approach compared to last week's counterpart that was 50 Shades of Ninja Slayer, as I said, because last week's episode, personally, to me, was a joke. It really was. Like, the way it was, I couldn't take it seriously. I really couldn't. I'm sitting there seeing Nancy screaming on the screen for about 90% of the episode. I couldn't take it seriously. I seriously could not. So, I'm glad this week's episode of Ninja Slayer went down a more serious route. Like, this is a completely night and day compared to last week's episode, because this episode is very serious, very sad, and it shows you the tragedy of someone that is doomed to die and has to accept it and try to work out his final issues, his final problems before he dies. Now, from what I can assume, from what I saw from the hospital, it seems like the dude that was introduced in this episode is dying from some form of cancer in his chest, his lungs, or something. Looked like he had multiple tumors all in his body, and so for him to be dying, it's pretty sad. It's really sad, because from what we got to see of his character, he doesn't necessarily seem to be that bad of a guy. I mean, he has killed people, but he doesn't seem to be that bad of a guy, judging from his personality, to help out one of our main female characters of the series. And the final part of this episode, what really got me was we found out that the dude has been requested to take out a female ninja that's been in the area, and we do know that female ninja was the one that he was talking to and letting stay with him for the entire time throughout this episode. So there's a lot of, I guess, emotions that are probably going to be in next week's episode. I can't wait to see what type of decision this dude is going to make, if he's going to be evil or good, and I wonder if she might die. But whatever it is, from what I can see from his character and what his main importance is to train our female character, to train her and let her become stronger with her karate, to her jutsus and different things like that, to where she can be a lot better of a fighter. I feel like that's the main purpose of this character, what he's really going to be doing overall for the grand scheme of the story. He's there just to give training to one of our main female characters, and then he's going to die. That's what I think is going to happen. So, overall though, episode of Ninja Slayer, short, simple, not really much to talk about, but it was a decent episode. Way, bounds and leaps better than the last week's episode. Hell fucking yeah, it is way better than last week's episode. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.